Josh is showing up. I'm tripping. I am tripping. Good morning. It's raining here in California already. It's weird. Great, though. Don't get me wrong. It's great. I love it that it's raining. I love it that it's raining. I got new ropes for my rig. For those of you who've had the pleasure of seeing my rig, it's got ropes hanging everywhere off of it. And I got 5 from Rogue, the best ones. The best ones. Let me see if I can pull them up. Rogue ropes. I think they were $77 each. Oh, interesting. When you type in Rogue ropes, jump ropes pop up. Let me see if I can. What if I just type in rope? Oh, we get that too. What if I just go to Google? Rogue Fitness ropes. I got new ropes, and I'm so excited. But I had seen a video where someone fell off they were climbing a rope outside, and the rope snapped. So I was like, shit, I need new ropes. I really don't want that to happen to me. My ropes seem fine. Well, you know what happened is that they were like 5 years old, and at the bottom they had started unraveling a little bit. But I left them out, winter, summer, the whole year the rope was straight outside. And they started falling apart. Hey, look, Matt's on the show too, Josh.
Yo.
Look, we're back together, all 3 of us.
What's that?
Matt, Josh, Sevan show. We're back together. Look, we got Matt on.
I love it.
Cool, right?
I missed him. I miss you.
It's all of us. We're back together. Matt's probably not going to say a lot this show, though. He's busy.
I mean, he's climbing a rope. He's
in a compromised position. I was just bragging that I got all new ropes for my rig. These ones.
Oh, really? I love it.
They spent 5 years outside in the rain, and
your ropes lasted 5 years.
I know, isn't that crazy?
That's really.
Does that mean that I just suck and I don't climb them enough?
I think so. Or doesn't rain where you live?
It doesn't rain very much. 14 days a year.
Gosh, that's awesome.
I mean, it used to be like that for you too.
Kinda.
Did you have any when you lived in San Diego? Did you have any ropes outside?
Yeah, I had a rope outside all the time. I used ropes all the time.
And how often did you change it?
It would start to shred. What I started to notice was after rains, and then I would climb it like the next day or two, and then it would shred. From
the bottom or in the middle?
Kind of in the middle, like towards the bottom, like basically like right towards my head height. And
okay. That's at the bottom.
Yeah, for sure. And then it would get everywhere, get all over you, the whatever it is, the yarn or whatever. And so then what I started to do is take it off, take it down if I knew rain was coming, and then put it back up, and it lasted a lot longer. But if it went through rain and then would dry out and then it would shred.
How many times did you take your ropes down because of weather?
Like not very many, like 5.
That got old fast, right?
It did, I know. Well, like it didn't rain very often in San Diego, but every once in a while I'd notice it and I'd be like, okay, I should probably take it down.
Would you put a ladder up?
Yeah, you had to. It was 15 foot.
Yeah, and then and then would you step on the top where it says don't step?
This ladder was this was a big ladder. I think it was like a 13-foot ladder. So I didn't need to. Like it almost went to the top.
I have a big ladder. It must not be 13 feet. It's probably like 9 feet. But I have to stand when I put the ropes up. I had to stand on the very top.
Yeah.
And the other day when I changed them, I had to stand one away from the top. I'm not made for that. I don't have like weird shit happens in between my ball sack and my anus. Like I start feeling like I never have any sensations down there, and I get, you know what I mean? That
tell me more.
When you used to jump out of planes, that spot that lights up.
Tell me more.
Anyway, I'm stoked I got the new ropes. All my ropes frayed from the bottom except one frayed in the middle.
Yeah. It's one thing I don't have in Denver is a rope to climb, and it's really bumming me out because I love rope climbs. It's one of my favorite movements to do in workouts, and I don't have rings yet to do ring muscle ups.
This would have been unacceptable. You're not getting soft. You're transitioning.
Yeah, exactly.
You're transitioning. You're like a guy. You don't need a bottle of wine sitting around your house anymore either. Like,
nope, sure don't.
You're free. You've liberated from addiction to rings, wine, and ropes.
Yeah,
crazy.
Now the house doesn't go without mezcal, but that's neither here nor there.
That's a trip that you don't have rings and a rope, right?
I know it is. It's weird, and it's almost been a year.
If you go somewhere, you just get in the obligatory, and you see them, you get in the obligatory climbs
for sure.
Don't talk to me. I'm going to use your rope.
Yeah, your rings and your ropes, though. That's yeah, but that doesn't even happen very often. I'm trying to think of the last time I did one.
Right after this, are you going to figure out how to put it? Why can't you just you're pretty tight with Bill and Katie? Can't you get like just a two steel I don't know what they're called, upright beams with the crossover, and just hang a fucking rope from it and make that look nice in your front yard in your fucking bougie fucking Colorado hood?
I put a rig outside recently, and
this is good. I like this already.
I was nervous to see if HOA was gonna swing by, because I got hit up pretty quick when I first moved in with.
Is there a picture of that rig on your Instagram?
Of my outside one?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, dude. Yes, sorry for using the Lord's name in vain, but your neighborhood's nuts. Look at this shot out your driveway.
That's like towards my house.
So is that the rig?
That's the rig I put out. And I was a little okay.
Are those condos across the street? Those are individual family homes. Life is good.
Yeah, it's a big house over there.
It looks like a movie set, like for some Christmas movie.
Christmas movie. Yeah. Macaulay Culkin's been walking around the neighborhood lost.
You're worried about putting, sorry, I got to keep hammering you a little bit here. You're worried about putting that rig on your driveway. It's fucking 200 feet from fucking the street, your driveway.
Right?
You need to fucking, if you get to your house with an empty tank of gas, you're not making it back out to the end of your driveway.
I know, man. It's nice. But I was just nervous that someone would say something about that rig out there, because HOA here's, I'd never had to deal with HOA before. My house in San Diego was built in like 1940. There ain't no HOAs. And the first, early on, right when I first
you were in a ghetto military neighborhood.
Not really.
You know what I mean by ghetto military hood, like the streets were like, it wasn't a nice asphalt, and the homes were tired.
There's old houses. But anyways, the story of I got nervous because real early on, I got an email saying, "Hey, we can see your trash cans from the street," and I'm like, I live in a cul-de-sac. What? There is a street behind my house where. That's the one thing in Denver. Sorry, I'm changing subject.
No, where were your trash cans? I just paused it here. Where were they?
So you can't see it here. They're to the right. To my right. I have this
next to your new Tesla.
And so there's a garage. The garage is detached from the home, and there's this little walkway in between there. And my trash cans were right there because there's nowhere else to put them. And so I was like, I don't even know what street you're talking about, because if in my head, if someone could see the trash cans from behind my house, I don't care. That's a main road. It's a main road right behind my house, and so I guess someone must have been walking around in the cul-de-sac and could see my trash cans down towards the end of the driveway there, and I was so pissed. I literally just replied back thanks. I don't give a fuck if you can see my trash cans, but I guess it's in our the HOAs that you are not allowed to have your trash cans in a place where they can be seen from the street. So I had to take my grill and put the grill in front of the house.
Oh, to block the trash cans?
Yeah, put the grill in front of the trash cans. Sorry, to block them.
Oh, that's hilarious. And they probably didn't want that either, but you fucked them up.
I was like, fuck it, I don't care. Like whatever. It's so stupid. It's so dumb.
What if you had to put a pile of dead bodies in front of it? Here, how about this?
Is this better? Is this what you'd like? It's just ridiculous that you pay people money to tell you what you can and can't do with your own house.
I agree.
It's insane. Do you have any HOAs?
Pardon me?
Do you have any HOAs?
No.
Yeah, because you own you own multiple homes. So don't talk about my house. Like you own like multiple homes.
I have this issue right now that
poor guy.
I have this issue right now that I've been dealing with for a year. Mm-hmm. And I deal with it every day in my head, and I do not know what to do with it, which is weird because I'm so smart and so wise.
That is true. Let me hear it though. I want to hear the conundrum that is Sevan.
I'm in a detached office from my house, and that's where my podcast room is, just where all my shit is.
Oh, look at you. You got your own podcast room.
And out this door and to the right is what I think is my neighbor's well. I don't know what it is, but there's something on the other side of the fence. And he lives on an acre and I live on a half acre. And we're the two smallest properties in the neighborhood. And right outside, right to the right of this door, I think is his well. And it's always running. So like this in the middle of the night, my dog had to take a piss and I went out there and I'm just fucking naked at 4:30 standing in my backyard. And I just want to hear the redwood trees and the wind and the owls and shit. But I hear fucking the grinding of metal, which is his well, like some pump. And it's 20 of the 24 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And we're out here in the fucking country.
Yeah.
And I really like him, and I just don't know what to. I don't know how to approach it. I think as I recall, I think 2 years ago I said something to him.
How do you like? I mean, how do you stop that?
He's cool. I just want to at least say something to him so I can get it off my brain. If he says "fuck you," I'm not "fuck you." Deal with it. Then I would be fine with that. But the fact that I always hear, then at least I would be off of my that I tried to do something.
Yeah.
But he's the kind of guy where it's raining in my house and I see a leak in my house or something. And he comes, or I'm like, hey, dude, my heater stopped working. He's like, no problem. I got a friend. He'll come over and fix it. I mean, he's the ultimate neighbor.
So you don't.
Hey, there's someone parked in front of your house for 2 days. I know you're out of town. You want me to check on it? Yeah, please. He's cool.
Yeah. So you don't really want to mess with this guy. I mean, doesn't sound.
I don't want to fuck up the relationship.
Yeah, don't fuck it up, man.
But dude, it's loud. You would not tolerate it. What?
I was gonna say, don't deal with the well. Deal with
when I'm getting frisky with Haley, I can't hear her heavy breathing because I hear the well grinding.
So that doesn't happen very often.
Just deal with that on my birthday when that happens. Sevan's never been naked. He's correct. That is correct.
I just read that comment and laughed. That's actually what I was chuckling at.
There is a
I gotta tell you, I can't. I have a hard time. The comments pull my eyes and divert me.
That's because you're out of practice.
I know it's been a while. I didn't think we were friends anymore. I pulled up a podcast the other day and you're talking about 2 different coffees and neither of them were good dudes. So I was like, oh, we aren't friends anymore. Gotcha.
But look what I did. I put the Payham shirt on. I only wear CEO shirts, but I put this on today for you.
New Payham shirt coming. No big deal.
Yeah, that's nice actually. You know what's a pain about this shirt is every time I wear it out, someone stops me and goes, "What's that mean?"
No.
Every fucking time.
Right. You should say. You say. Do you talk about men's being actually payment? Oh, I like that one. Don't weaken.
Rogue coffee cup. I just tell them what it is. I said it means pay him, and they're like, "No, I don't know." And it's so weird because it's so obvious to me. I guess. Because of the cult I'm in. But yeah. I'm like, Josh Bridges pay him. They're like, who? Because it's some fat parent at my kid's tennis, right? Who's like I can see them breathing. Their whole body moves when they breathe. And I'm like, it means you have to work out. No matter what, you have to work out. You have to pay the man, the guy. They're like, who's the guy? I'm like, it's just the guy.
You're the guy.
Okay. Am I the guy? Okay. Yeah. Pay him.
Yeah.
You're
you said Josh Bridges and that's what throws everyone. You got to say Jeff Bridges.
Oh, okay. I should. You're right.
They'll know then. I've told you that, right? That I get Jeff out in public more than anything. It's like, hey, you're that guy, Jeff Bridges. And I'm like, I'm not the dude, man.
That's actually kind of cool, right?
Yeah. I get it all the time.
Wow.
I get it on my Instagram too. I'll get DMs. They'll say, hey, Jeff, I'm like, you're on my Instagram page.
Yeah.
What the
And you want me to
fuck?
answer a question about whether you should do sit-ups or leg lifts? Go fuck yourself. His name's John, and you call him Jane. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jane, I don't have an answer for you.
Sorry, Tom.
We spoke the other day, and I was trying to get you to get on TRT.
That's right. You were.
I was trying to peddle
You were peddling your one of your sponsors.
hormones to you.
I'm still on the drug testing protocol, man. Yeah, you never know when I'm going to make a comeback.
Well, it's funny you say that.
Hmm.
I was listening to you went on a podcast called Tickle Time. That for sure lowered your T count.
Tickle Time.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I'm like,
Yes.
I didn't even know it was called that.
That for sure lowered your.
I forgot I was on there.
Your T count. But
Josh,
hey,
I like Josh. He's a good dude.
this is I don't know him, but he seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
He seems like a great. How do you know him?
He just reached out to me. I don't know him at all. I've never met him in person, just through Instagram.
And then just doing the podcast, you ended up liking him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is cool. Did he cut this and give this to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is. I liked this for a minute, and then it went straight to jealousy and envy. But whatever.
I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, listen to this.
It doesn't serve the purpose that I'm intending
Can you guys hear
to use
this?
my body for. Now, I don't want to be weak.
You can hear it?
Or out of shape, or overweight or unhealthy. So I will train to like be healthy, and but that's just where I'm at. But like if an athlete came to me and they were my age and they said, "Hey, I want to go compete," then go compete and go burn to the ground, man. Like
Here it comes.
Like I'm not. Someone I think I put the quote up yesterday. Like if people tell you need moderation or balance in your life, they're not your friend. Like fuck balance. Like seriously, like you don't be great from balance. I'll say that. Like you have to be so unbalanced. It's fucking crazy that you lose friends.
That's the line. That's the line. You have to be so unbalanced you lose friends.
Yeah, I believe it.
I got, as soon as you said that, I got so many examples. Tell me, did you always know that? When did you learn that?
It was probably after when I started to train for going in the military. That was when I realized like, hey, I can't be balanced. I can't like, oh, I need to spend time with my friends. I need to go hang out with them and go to bars and shit. Like it was like, no, this is everything. This is all I want. And to get to obtain my goal, I need to be 100% in on it. And I can't think, oh, I need time to hang out with my buddies or whatever, whatever it is in your life. It was like, this is it. This is all I care about. And if people don't want to help me get to my goal at that time in my life, it was very selfish. And then I didn't see him. I was like, hey, if you don't want to come work out with me and get me better for my goal right now, then cool. We won't be hanging out.
And then the insecurities creep in, right? So like, I don't talk to you for like 3 months,
Mhm.
and I feel a little narrative pop up in my head that maybe there's a problem between us. It's it's completely oh shit. It's completely fabricated. And then maybe I talk to you and I'm a little more sensitive around like the text we exchange, and then it kind of goes away, but then it'll creep in again. And it's because we're both being we're both doing what we want to do. And if your friends aren't confident enough to get in where they fit in, then that's their problem. And at some point you have to, if you're going to be great, you have to like get to that spot.
It's true, man. It's true. If you want to be great at anything, you have to be unbalanced. You have to be so laser focused on whatever it is your goal is that you're attacking it at every angle, attacking it with reckless abandon, I like to say.
And not worry about, this is the perfect example. The guy who's the producer of this podcast, Matt Souza, he got married yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I didn't go to his wedding.
Way to go, pal.
I had a podcast last night.
Nice. Who was it with? Probably wasn't worth it.
It was asshole. It was JR and Taylor Self. And it was talking about the programming at the Madrid. It doesn't even matter. It's what I wanted to do. It's what needed to do. I'm singularly focused on this podcast succeeding.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with him. If he thinks I'm an asshole for it or something like that, which he doesn't, but he will have friends who tell him that I'm an asshole for not going.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, he doesn't care. That wasn't cool. Couldn't he have taken a day off? No, I cannot.
Yeah. You're focused, man. I love it.
Yeah. Did Josh, I mean, now he's 43, so he doesn't need rings and rope, but would he have ever accepted living somewhere without rings and
43.
rope? Whatever you are.
No, I'm not 40 yet, pal. Don't pigeonhole me into that master's category.
You would have never given up a workout, a day of training to go to a wedding when you were training for the games, right?
No. I missed lots of weddings. I missed lots of events. I missed lots of birthdays. I missed lots of
and when you say missed, like, fuck you missed out at having Josh there. And that's another thing. I'm not sacrificing shit. Don't think I'm like, I had to sacrifice my time to go to my friend. No, I'm not sacrificing. I choose this. I don't sacrifice for nobody.
I've said the exact same thing. Like it was never a sacrifice. Nothing I did was ever a sacrifice. It was where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
That was 100%. Like there was nothing about that I never considered any part of my training, any part of my life, anything that I chose was a sacrifice because that's where I wanted to be. And the moment that you think that you're sacrificing something, that's when you're like, you're missing out. You know, you're missing the boat. You're missing the enjoyment because people think it's always the end goal, right? It's always that final destination that you're looking for, but it's the journey. That's the good stuff, man. And when you're like thinking
that's the only stuff. The other stuff's imaginary.
It's like just what your hope or your goal or your dream or whatever. But like if you're not enjoying what you're doing, man, you're never gonna be great at it anyways.
I can't wait till I work out 100 times in a row so that I'm skinny. Well,
right. Yeah.
You're not gonna get there, and there's gonna be some sort of fucking happiness waiting for you.
Or you're going to feel like you missed something and you should have been doing something else where, man, when people ask me about like my training, like how did you just go in the gym every day and work out so hard? I fucking loved it. That's why. That's where I fucking wanted to be. I wanted to be there. I loved it. I loved every fucking day.
When I was a kid, there was this term, I need to go on a diet to lose weight, right? And then I don't know where it changed. I'm sure it was probably in my 30s when I was around CrossFit, but you realize how stupid that is because your diet isn't something you do. Your diet is like just part of your life. Like we're all on a diet. You have a rabbit, he's on a diet. You have your dog, he's on a diet. Diet is just the food you eat.
Exactly. It's your nutrition. Yeah,
it's your fuel. And it's crazy to think that anyone ever thought otherwise. I still do you think that like half of America still thinks like you need to go on a diet to lose weight? Or do you think everyone now knows that like, hey, your diet is just your lifetime journey of fueling the body?
No, I think that
they're still stuck on the old shit.
I bet there's more than half that still think that you have to go on a diet to lose weight. I bet it's more than half.
I mean, it's such common sense, right? Because then you get off the diet and the weight comes back.
Yeah.
The diet.
It's just it's how you choose to eat. That's your diet.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know, I've been doing pretty good on the carnivore.
You have. You're still on it.
I've been doing it for since like December.
How and did you give up the perfect bars?
Yeah. Fart bars, you mean? Those old things are, man.
I wasn't sure if I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
And it's gone, and the farting's gone.
It's helped a lot. Like it's not 100%. You know what I mean? But it's helped a lot. Yeah, man.
How about when I had Paul on and he said, yeah, people eat plants and they fart. And I go, what's wrong with farting? Like, I like farting.
Yeah.
Like farting.
Oh yeah. What's wrong with farting, man? That's what guys do. We joke about that shit. No, man, it's been cool. I've been really digging it. You know, I do basically the same as Paul does, where I eat red meat, fruit and honey, raw honey.
Wait, say it again. I was texting a friend higher in the hierarchy than you.
No big. Hey, I understand. I understand my placement now.
Honey, meat,
and fruit.
Yeah. Are you doing any raw meat?
Liver, frozen. I do the frozen liver raw.
Is there a brand you do?
No, I killed a bison, so I have like, you know how big a bison's liver is?
I'm going to look.
It's about the size of this freaking flag behind my head.
How large is a bison? Killed a bison?
Yeah, I got to go up and kill a bison up in Montana. Got 400 pounds of meat, baby.
Wow. It was just wild, just cruising around?
No, it wasn't a wild bison. It was I met a guy who he runs a bison ranch, and then he sets up hunts. So he brings one over and kind of sets it out into like an 80-acre thing, and then you hunt it.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
It says, is it okay to eat bison liver? You'll hardly know you're eating liver if it's grass-fed. Is it good liver?
I don't like the taste of liver no matter what. So I don't know.
What?
I that's why I like it. I like it frozen, chopped up. I don't even taste it.
What does liver taste like? Tastes like iron. God, liver's disgusting.
Yeah, liver's not good, man. Try it frozen, and you set it out of the, get it out of the freezer, and then chop, like kind of let it thaw slightly, not a lot, just a little bit, and then you slice it up, and then it almost tastes like ice, like a little bit of bloody ice chips kind of thing. I don't know. Not.
I tried to order the liver chips. I couldn't eat those either.
No, yeah, that's been the best case scenario for me is the frozen. Like, it's not good.
Oh, it's a 20-pound. The liver weighs 20 pounds.
Dude, it's huge, man. Yeah. When he pulled that thing out, I was like, I had to slice it up and put it into baggies in my fridge.
Hey, dude, the skin on a bison weighs as much as me, 150 pounds.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's not called skin. It's called a hide. Sorry, I apologize. The hide.
A hide, bro. Come on.
6-pound heart, 8-pound tongue.
Yeah, the heart was huge. I put a picture on my Instagram about the heart. I got that too. And
Did you eat it?
I've been eating it. Yeah, I just sliced off a couple. I sliced off a couple, like maybe a couple ounces.
Hey, are you still chatting with Brian Johnson? Liver King?
No, not really.
No.
Yeah,
He's murdering it.
he's crushing it, man.
It's like, it's nuts. Hey, I'm scrolling through Instagram and I never get to see more than the front tire of your Tesla. Is that yours or your lady's?
Yeah, it was for her. It's hers.
You don't really have his or her car. You just drive whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that's the way it is for me. I mean, my wife always ends up in the 4Runner and I end up in the van, but I still don't think of them as like my car or her car.
Yeah. I drive the Tesla more than anything right now. That thing's awesome. I love it. I never thought I'd be an electric car guy, and that thing's like driving a rocket ship. It's so fun.
Maybe this is just old man shit, but I don't like getting into low cars.
It is. It's definitely, that's taking an adjustment for sure.
My body doesn't like it. It's like I prep for it. Like, when I get out of bed in the morning, I have to prep. I have to be like, okay, just get the body working. It's like that when I get into a Tesla. It's like, fuck. It's like laying down.
It is. I always knock my hat off, like getting into the car. It pisses me off.
Awesome.
It pisses me off every time.
Are you going to do the TRT? Should we talk about that?
We can talk about it. No.
Idiot.
Nope.
Has anyone else ever approached you about that?
No.
Did you see? Do you know about this Andrew Hiller guy who accused Tia of doing steroids?
No. Oh, I know who. I know who he is. I know who your little bat boyfriend is. I sent Josh a text during the games. Me?
Asking him if he wanted to come on the show. And,
yeah, you haven't brought that up yet? I figure you might have talked about it already.
He said, "Oh, your ratings are slumping. Bat Boy's not doing it for you, huh?" Something like that.
That's right. I got replaced. It's okay.
You definitely did not get replaced.
You know what's so funny about that guy? I told you the story, right? How I was watching one of the documentaries, and it scanned to. Did people know who he is? Because I don't know. I had no idea who he was.
No, I mean, I think Andrew got like 48th in the Worldwide Open one year or 50th, somewhere in there, pretty high. But I had never heard of him until he made a video about steroids and CrossFit. Like that was his first video. And all of these people were telling me, hey, you should go watch it. And I never went and watched it because I didn't like that. I don't like that talk. Maybe I don't like that talk.
Yeah. I mean, whatever it is, what it is.
Right.
Like people are going to have their accusations and their opinions. So it doesn't matter.
Right. Go ahead.
Oh, but I was just saying, like, I was, I didn't know who he was. And it was funny because then you see, he was like popping up all over, getting people like booted out of the regional or open or whatever this year. Or I guess bringing attention to certain things.
That hip and steel guy took one on the chin.
Yeah. Whatever. It is what it is,
right,
man.
Right.
But I saw something about he posted how like the games judges should have 100% call on everything. They should have 100% say, like whatever they say goes, like they're God. And you're like, okay, this guy's a nutcase. Like that's where my head went. I'm like, really? Because not even in major league sports, baseball, football, there's reviews of everything, right? Because people make mistakes. And you're saying that a judge who, is a human being should have 100% say and whatever they say is final. And then, so I'm like, okay, that guy at that moment, like this guy is like,
you wrote him off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care anymore what this guy says. He's a nut. And then I'm watching one of the documentaries for some reason. I can't even remember why. And it panned to the in the 2014 games when we were sequestered down into one of the locker rooms. And
this is in Carson.
This is in Carson. So it was in 14. And they kind of panned out. And then you see there he was, that dude, Hillard or whatever, in the background. He was a judge. He was like a judge that year at the games. And so you're like,
wait a second. Where did you see that? I've never heard this.
It was on one of the documentaries. I can't remember which one it was.
Who showed that to you?
I saw it and I noticed him. I was like, that's that dude right there. That's that.
Wow.
Boy.
I got to ask him that.
Yeah.
Were you a judge at the 2014 games?
Yeah.
I don't think that's accurate.
You don't think that's accurate?
No, I don't. I mean, I how would I have not known that?
I have no idea.
Were you a judge at
you're texting right now?
14 games, yeah. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So then you're like, okay, so this guy was just, I don't know. My mind went a couple different ways. I was like, oh, this guy is a guy who he always wanted to go to the games. He never qualified. And so
yeah. And there's a lot of that. There's like, yeah, of course he's like that. He's a hater because
he couldn't make it. Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who knows?
I avoided the videos, and then he started pointing out some shit that was just so fucking crazy. You just couldn't even like, I'm going to paraphrase, but there was like something in the games manual that was like, you can do step ups or you could do pistols, like for a master's qualifier. And you're like, you know what I mean? Just shit like that you can't even believe. And then you go there and look and there it is. Or like the weights were different. Like the kilograms and pounds weights that they gave didn't match. They weren't the same weights.
Really?
Yeah. And he just starts pointing out dozens of those things. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
There was some weird shit that happened in the qualifier this year in the I want to say in the quarterfinals, event 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really weird shit that happened on the leaderboard. Nothing malicious, but shit that should have been fixed.
Okay. I didn't pay attention as much this year.
There's nothing there for you in his content. I mean, it's probably not your cup of tea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not like talking. He's not talking about like investing in Bitcoin or how to sign more SWAT teams up for your event.
Yeah.
He's in the cafeteria having food fights, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's entertainment, I'm sure, for a lot of people.
Have you ever been in a food fight?
I don't think so.
You didn't do that in high school?
No, there was never any food. I don't remember ever having a food fight at school.
We used to have so many fucking food fights. That shit wouldn't fly in the military, right? Like in a chow hall. 400 dudes, and one dude just like picks up a carton of milk and throws it across the room, and everyone just starts throwing food.
No. I would love to have. God, that'd been awesome.
Hey, that's the way my high school was. One of my friends would turn off the lights in the cafeteria,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't even make it dark in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
right.
it didn't do shit. But when the lights went off, everyone just started throwing. Okay, go ahead. Read the comments. Go ahead. Let's just read the comments. You're addicted. I see. I'm watching your eyes.
I know. I got to turn it off.
Hey, is there any truth? Someone wrote in the comments that you would have beat Rich if it wasn't for the softball throw? Is there any?
I don't know if I would have beat him. It would have been a lot closer. I mean, I don't remember.
Were you at the bottom of that event and he was at the top?
Yeah, I definitely bombed that work. I threw, you got 3 attempts to throw that stupid softball down the lane, and I think it was like a 5-yard lane or whatever. And I grew up playing baseball, and I played softball for like 5 years.
So when you saw the event, you're like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Like I'll be, I'll do all right. And I threw all 3 out.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I got a 0 on that one.
Oh shit. And is that just all pressure?
Yeah, it was just like I had a plan in my head. I was like, I'm gonna throw one, like I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna send it on the first one, and if it goes out, then I'll back off and I'll just get one in, down a little bit farther, but not as far as I can throw it. And then I'll take my last one and go, send it again. Well, I missed the first one barely. And then the second one, I was so pissed at myself. I was like, no, fuck it. I'm going to send it again.
Oh, instead of just do a safe throw.
Yeah. I just never did my safe throw, which was really stupid.
Are you married now?
No, still just engaged.
Engaged. Do you have a wedding date?
We don't have it set up yet. We're still trying to find a venue. So next year, probably we're thinking early spring, summer next year.
Why not just go to the courthouse?
I'm kind of like letting her kind of dictate what she wants to do and how she wants to do it. So
part of you, when I said that, is like, great question. Hey, no. Courthouse.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be cool to have a wedding and do whatever she wants to do.
And it will be in Colorado?
No, probably Montana.
Oh, so that's where she's from.
Yeah, she's from Montana.
Wow. And do you guys live together now in Colorado?
Yep.
Wow. Did it happen fast?
I mean, I guess, I don't know. It depends on what you consider fast, I guess. I don't know. I don't think so.
From when you met her, can you tell me how you met her?
So we met like a long time ago, just randomly at an event, and
like years ago.
Yeah,
5-10 years ago.
Like 7 years ago, I think 6 years ago, something like that. And then just kind of reconnected through Instagram.
And how long ago was that?
Like a little over a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's not that fast.
Yeah.
Especially not when you're 43. Did Andy get married?
He did. I saw that I saw it on his Instagram. He did. Yeah.
I definitely did not get invited to Andy's wedding. But weird. I am surprised Josh didn't get invited.
Yeah. No, I haven't kept as in touch as I'd like to. The last time I saw him was last Christmas, and I was up in Montana, and I did a podcast with him because he's in Whitefish, and Sydney's mom lives right next to it.
This Josh knock Hiller's eye straight. That's nice. That's not nice at all.
That's not nice.
That's not nice at all. His eye that's a signature eye.
Wait, Hiller's got something wrong with his eye.
He just hit one of his eyes. It's not really his eye; it's his eyelid. One of his eyelids is like heavy. You see that with people, so it's kind of like he's like this all the time.
Okay.
Dr. Watson. But I can't do it. I think it's the other one. I can't do it.
You're looking kind of buff, man. You've been training?
I'm just fat. No, I've been training. I've been training a lot. Thank you.
Look at you, man. Filling that shirt out nicely. Is that an
Yeah.
extra small?
Yeah. When I got this shirt, it was actually pretty loose on me. And this morning I was like, is this too tight?
Did I shrink this? No, it's just getting jacked.
Yeah. Speaking of, you know what I've been doing a lot of is negatives. I do a shitload of negative work, specifically bar muscle ups.
Yeah, I'm time under tension, baby.
Yeah, and with a weight vest on.
Nice.
So just make sure I'm super duper fucking lubed, and then tons of negatives. And I've experienced no shoulder pain, joint pain, nothing from it.
I like it.
And then I lower into an L.
Nice.
So I have one of those kids gymnastic setups, you know, like kids gymnastic, high bar, low bar. So, and then I jump to the top and then just lower.
Yeah.
Do 5 of those with a weight vest on, with a 16-pound weight vest, 10 calories on the assault bike while listening to Josh Bridges' podcast, 10 rounds.
I like it, man. I like it.
Yeah. And then you can modulate it too, right? So the first 5, you're just letting pass through really fast. You don't want something to snap. And then in the last rounds, you can kind of fucking war through the transition. I don't know. I really like all the negative work.
I need to write this down.
Yeah. You'll see it in the Josh Bridges programming. Oh, speaking of Josh Bridges programming, are you programming for SWAT teams now?
Well, yeah, we just partnered with a buddy of mine, Jake, who is in the law enforcement community. He's super smart guy, super educated, and he's been running a lot of programs for SWAT specifically. And we decided to like pair up and do some programming together.
When you say super educated, I just hear indoctrinated. Does he have an LGBTQ flag and the? I
don't think so. He's down in Texas. I don't know if those fly down there.
Does he have the survey? I just saw someone just sent me a survey that CrossFit sent out.
What'd it say?
Oh, it's so disappointing. I'm actually gonna open it up and take it online. I don't want to do that to you, but it is so bad. It is. The questions that they ask in there, it's like, who needs to know that shit about anybody? Right.
It's a really strange place where we're going these days.
Yeah. How is your neighborhood? How's Colorado?
Oh, I don't know. I'm technically in like Boulder County, so Boulder County I think is leans a certain direction, or Boulder leans a certain direction, but you know, you live in California, so.
I mean, I don't watch too much of the real news. Like I don't ever have like Fox or CNN or stuff on.
Never.
But I do see a lot of shit on Instagram. But what's weird is what I see is so before I even heard about monkeypox, all of a sudden I noticed like I would go places and all of a sudden people were wearing masks again. And then a few days later, I'm like, oh, they're like, what are we going to do about monkeypox? I'm like, no shit. Like there's people in my community who are like, I can see the pulse of the COVID narrative by every time I go out, but I still see every time I go out, I see people masked up every time.
Yeah, I do too. I saw someone yesterday walking their dog with one.
Yeah. And I went to a jiu-jitsu tournament and there were kids fighting my kids with masks on.
Man, it's crazy.
That's abusive, right? Asking your kid to fight while you cover his mouth and his nose, or is that the Josh Bridges program?
Can't be healthy. I'll tell you that. I mean, I don't even like. I've used this machine where it's have you ever seen the guys they train with it? Sometimes they'll like be on a bike and they'll have the mask on.
Christian Lucero would do that with Max Mormont.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah,
it's what probably wasn't as fancy as the one you're talking about, but I've seen those. Yeah, with the mouth.
Basically, I think it's pumping nitrogen or something because it's just trying to remove some of the oxygen out of the air. I don't know exactly the science behind it or whatever, but yeah, I tried doing that once, and man, like I wanted to I ripped the thing off my face so fast. I'd get on the assault bike or the echo bike, and have that mask on, and I'm like, get this thing off my face.
It's oppressive, right?
Yeah.
It's oppressive. I'm going to tell you this weird story I've never told anyone. When I brush my kids' teeth, I'll prep the toothbrushes and I'll put one in my mouth and then carry 2 in my hand, and then carry it to their bedroom and set them down. And the second I put that toothbrush in my mouth and I feel my jaw bite down, I have a whole mood change. I start to get angry.
Really?
Oh, have you ever experienced that?
Because you're like clenching, you're saying?
Yeah, I start clenching and I turn into an asshole. And if I don't do that and I carry all 3 toothbrushes like this, I don't.
I've never experienced that. That's
Have
interesting.
you ever worn a mouthpiece like in boxing?
Oh yeah.
And did you notice that when you bit down on the mouthpiece, you felt like your whole being changed? It's so weird.
I mean,
And I fucked with it like 100 times. And I'm like, wow, this is a real phenomenon for me.
I've never had that moment where I realized it, I guess, but I can see what you're saying. There's definitely times where if I feel
You're not
tense,
like, you fucking idiot. You do you're
no, because when I carry, I don't know, my shoulders and traps get really tight. And when it is, I can definitely tell I'm a little more on edge for sure.
like there's a connection.
I feel that tension and it puts me in a mood I don't like. So I know I do. I kind of understand what you're saying for sure.
And then so putting a mask on your face is like immediately just fight or flight.
I don't like it. I'll say that. I'll say that. I didn't like it. Well, I didn't wear it very often, but when I had to, I didn't like it.
This dude, are you going to get into jiu-jitsu? I keep waiting for you to get into that. I keep thinking you're going to do that.
I would, but it's just, I have a hard time with my knee.
Oh, still
getting into certain positions. Yeah. So I think I would, if I had a good knee, I probably would, but it's just like it has pain. It doesn't have full range of motion. I can't sit, like, even in wrestling, I can't sit in what's called referee's position. Right. And so I can't basically sit on
put your ass to your ankles.
I can't put my ass to my ankles. Exactly. And so I don't know. There's just things it's just like, you just can't do it anymore. It's weird. It's weird when you get to that place where it's like, oh, I just can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that is weird. And let me ask you this. So you really don't do it. Is this true or false? You really don't do it because you just don't want to injure yourself more. You're like happy, like, okay, I can still do a lot of shit. I don't want to do this and injure myself more.
I don't look at it like injury wise. I just know that I couldn't. I would be nervous I'd be nervous with the knee. That's all, I guess. So maybe I guess that is what I'm thinking. I might injure it more. And I do like the abilities that I have now. I can do most things that I want to do. And so.
Is there anything you can't do that you want to do?
I wish I could run more. I can't run very often. I can't run.
Is it stupid every time you run? Are you like, I should not? Is it like that every time you run? You're like, I should not have done that.
I definitely question every time I do it. And sometimes it surprises me and sometimes it's fine. And then other times it's just like.
You get home and it's swollen. You gotta have ice on it.
You're like, what the fuck did you do that for, you dumbass? And for 3 days it'll be sore. So it's interesting.
How about any of those? Machines like the True Form or the Assault Runner? Do those?
That's why I have a True Form at the house, and it does help. It helps a lot. It's just not the same. Like, that kind of running is not the same as running outside. Going trail running, like, I love trail running. I would run on the road sometimes, but finding a good trail and going on like a 5K or something like that was like, I love doing that, and I just can't do it. Uneven ground, rocks and shit like that, like just that constantly changing of the I don't know, the level that you're running on. It fucks with it hard. I tried to do that event with Tosh, his Big Fish Foundation, and I got like what was it? We had to do 2.5 miles on the hour.
Oh yeah.
And so then 1 hour you did on a True Form, the next hour you did on a trail. This was, gosh, what was it, 2 years ago now?
For 24 hours?
Yeah, for 24. Or no, it was until everyone quit.
Oh shit.
So he just kept going. So like one dude did like 63 hours, the winner.
Wow.
Did. Yeah, he was an ultra guy. But I got to like hour like 18 or 19 and my knee was just like a fucking cantaloupe. It was so swollen, so I had to like bow out. But I mean, it was the uneven ground on his trail loop. We had to do this loop 3 times that made 2.5 miles. And man, every time I came back, I was just like, fuck. Like we also went out a little hot, the first couple of rounds. And I was like, coming in at like 30 minutes or so. And there's some training. It's at like 8,000. I think his house is at like 8,000 foot. So
it was at his house.
Yeah. So that was just like I was like, that was that in 2020? Yeah, it was like early 2020 because it was right when the pandemic hit. And I just remember thinking in my head, like, I had surgery. The knee surgery was like just over a year, like 15 months prior or something like that. And I was like, man, I think I set my knee back a little bit from that event, but I was glad to be there. Just, I thought I'd be better than I thought it'd be all right. And then fuck, man, like 12 hours in, I was like, oh, this isn't going very well. I'm starting to take.
Is that just bad training? Is that dumb? Do you wish that you would have listened to the Josh who was on Tickle Time and said, "Hey, fuck you," like, because that kind of fits in that category too, right? Like maybe like you felt obligated because he was your friend and it was for some sort of military fundraiser or something.
I don't know if I felt obligated. I actually wanted to do it.
You did.
I thought it was a really cool challenge, and I thought it was for a good cause, and so I wanted to do it. I didn't really feel obligated to do it. I just it definitely hurt my knee more than I thought it would. Like I was like, it's gonna start to hurt. It's gonna swell up at some point, especially not getting sleep. The body's gonna start to induce inflammation.
Yeah,
and so but it happened a lot faster, and it was the uneven terrain. I did another event there the next year. It didn't have quite as much running in it, and that one was only a 24-hour event, and I made it through that just fine. I just had
when was that? That was prior to that.
That was the next year.
Oh, the next year.
The very next year. Yeah, I went back again. But
you're fucking nuts.
Nuts. But I asked them prior to. I was like, "Listen, man. Like, if it's the same."
Do you have a vagina category?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if it's as much running as last year, I'm not going to be able to do it, and I don't want to just come to, whatever. And so he told me what the event was, and I went and did it, and it was just fine. It was less running.
For anyone who gets offended by my vagina comment, don't forget there's lots of comments that are about the dick that categorize dick, like dick in the dirt. Did you put your dick in the dirt? Like,
ran your
we
dick in the
dirt. We don't say did you put your vagina in the dirt. So be cool. There's balance.
Be cool, man.
There's balance in the universe. All the genitalia gets kicked around and fucking stomped on.
Dude, did you watch the fights last night or no?
Yes, I did.
The Canelo Triple G fight was boring as hell.
Oh really? I loved the last 2 rounds, and I was hating the commentators. The last
few rounds, when Triple G finally let his hands go, I was like, man,
And Canelo too, man. He was fighting really flat-footed for the first 10 rounds. Canelo, he wasn't doing all that shit and the shit that makes him Canelo.
Right, and have you watched the first 2?
Yeah, I don't remember him that well, but I do. I do remember the one that was a draw.
The first one, the very first one. Man, I thought Triple G won that fight. And the second fight they gave to Canelo, and I was kind of shocked at that too. Last night though, Canelo definitely won that fight, and I was kind of surprised by the scoring. It was 115 to 113. Two of the judges scored at 115 to 113. I was like, damn, I did not see. I didn't see it that way, but whatever.
Neither did I. I saw that Canelo dominated, but it was the commentators spent the last 2 rounds being critical of the fight when the last 2 rounds were a fucking war.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what, guys, shut the fuck up and look at what's happening in front of you. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. Didn't you hear what Josh said?
Yeah, come back to it. Let's go back to it. I love it. I love that full circle we just did there. I'm not a fan of the Zone's commentators, any of them. I don't, not a big fan of that.
That group,
I guess. Yeah.
What about the knees to toes guy? Do you fuck with him?
No, I know
I'm switching back to the knee thing.
Yeah. Sorry. I know who he is. I haven't done any of that. I should try it. I should probably give it a go. See if it helps. I've done a little bit of, I've done the backwards sled walking. I've done some of the heel up. Letting your knees really drive over your toes, squatting. I've done some of that. I'd like my knee just doesn't get into that. I can't get full flexion in that knee. So I can't come, like I said, I can't come anywhere near getting my ass to my ankles. So it just doesn't go that low because there's bone spurring. And
you're talking about that back bend thing he does.
I'm
Is that
just
what
talking
you're
about.
referencing?
I'm talking about the super deep lunge.
Right. Okay.
So
I mean,
I
he has like 1,000 movements, I feel like.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't fucked with that.
I know. I should.
I'm getting this. I'm painting this picture of you in my head.
Let me see it. Paint it.
Um,
Write it on. Do it on a piece of paper and doodle it, and let me see it.
Okay. Tesla. Hot fiance. No rope.
No rope. I know, right?
No rings.
No muscle up. I have rings. I just don't have them. I don't have a place to do a muscle up.
No sport. You're no competition. You're not doing any competitions these days. Like you're not into shooting. You're not into jiu-jitsu. You're not into like beard growing contests. Nothing.
No.
See, there's a picture I'm seeing of a man who is
I'm doing the Rogue Invitational. I'm doing the Legends.
Are you?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. And why? How come? Can't you just go there and just chill?
I mean, it could, but Bill and Katie asked, and I was like, yeah, of course. I'm also doing the programming for the Rogue Invitational. Like me and Chris Spieler and Katie have been doing it again.
What's that look like when it's you so let me finish this picture I'm painting. It's a man who is a pampered man. a man whose hat gets knocked off by the door in the let me ask you this. Is there any kids equipment in the Tesla, like any baseball or basketball or anything in the trunk?
Yeah, there's kids golf clubs in the trunk.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That adds to the picture too. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna let that sit for.
Come on back. Yeah, let that.
Do you own any? Has any of your clothing changed? Are you wearing thicker socks and shoes with more? Do you have insoles in your shoes? I'm just wondering.
Nope, no insoles in my shoes.
Okay.
Not really.
You're not. Do you have a regular Petty and Manny?
Sure don't, pal.
Okay.
Will you bite your fucking tongue? All right.
Okay. How do you program with someone with Spieler and Katie? What's that look like?
We kind of we flew out to Columbus with ideas. I think we all had our and Bill and Katie were both there. And we had some ideas, and everyone.
You're in a room with like a whiteboard, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of their offices. And Bill and Katie had an idea of like how they wanted to look, how many workouts, and then Chris.
By look, they tell you and Spieler, they determine without the venue. You're not like, hey guys, I want to move this to New York.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I think we need to move this to Denver, Colorado.
You and Spieler aren't like, hey, we have to have a pool.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about when you're dealing with Bill and Katie is like they're up for anything, and so like you definitely could say something like that. I think.
Yeah, and they're not going to kick you out.
Yeah, right. I think Bill likes the crazier, the fucking better. I love it. Like he wants it to look really fucking cool. And so it's awesome to be able to like have an open, like it doesn't have to be a certain structure in that sense. But then they have ideas of, okay, they have this workout, and some workouts are already kind of like set, and then we just kind of have to make some fine-tuned adjustments to it. And then, we come with ideas for other events. And then we just kind of like talk them out on the board. And then we test them and then, make adjustments from there.
Oh,
but it's tough because then you have to think about so many different things. You being around CrossFit and being around Dave, it's just, it's such a, there's a bunch of ropes.
Go ahead. What were you going to say? And then I want to say something about one of these ropes.
Oh, I was just saying like, it's tough because you have to think about, okay, how's this going to look? Is it going to be a good race? Is it the right, numbers? Is it the right weight? Is it the right reps? All that kind of stuff. There's just so much that goes into it.
Does it ever get contentious?
No, I don't think so.
It's never been like you never like Spieler goes to use the bathroom and you look at Bill and Katie and you're like, dude,
No,
the
no,
fuck? Like, why this? What the fuck, man?
no. I think we're all open enough to, if we say, like, if I say something and they don't agree with it, they're both just like, I don't think that's gonna work, and I'm okay with that, because you're just putting out ideas and thoughts that you're trying to think through in your head.
Katie's never like, hey, let's have a free throw competition, and you guys are like, oh, that's a great idea, but you hit like, you fucking idiot. But it's all your money, so yeah, I love it. You're not
no, none of that.
All right. Hey, what about what about, look at this rope here? Do you see this rope?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that rope looks like it's this thick, right?
Yeah.
That rope looks like it's as thick as your waist, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I want to propose a rope climb. Can you imagine how much that fucking thing weighs? If you swung that, you could probably kill a kid with that.
Yeah, hard.
I want to propose a new rope that's like 2 to 4 times thicker than the current ropes.
Why?
Because then all the gyms, it'll be fun to watch at the Rogue Invitational to watch people climb them, and Bill and Katie will make a small fortune off of rope sales that all the gyms will then buy.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I think that but what are you testing then there with that?
Just climbing a new rope.
But it's thicker, so it's gonna be harder to get. Like, so now you're basically helping guys with bigger hands.
You don't like that?
I got big.
Hey, how about this? I wanted to have a steel pole in my backyard, like a fireman's pole. You know what I mean? Because I have the giant rig, but I can't find a fucking pole because they're all galvanized, and you're not supposed to climb galvanized poles. It's supposedly bad for you.
Okay.
How about that? Have you ever been to a CrossFit competition? Do you remember? You remember those poles you used to have in elementary school, right? They'd be 15 feet, and there'd be like a couple chain links where it's attached to the top, and a couple chain links where it vanishes off, so the pole even kind of moves a little bit. Do you remember those?
I'm trying to think.
And there were 4. It was a T-bar like this, and there would be poles, 15-foot poles. Like I never see those. I've never seen a pole climbing event at a CrossFit competition. Have you?
No. I can't think of any time I've even tried to climb a pole.
Really, it's cool. It's fun. It's good shit. And I'll give you tell you the secret too. You just spit on your hands.
Yeah, I could see that.
Spit on your hands. Spit on your feet.
Yeah.
Go barefoot.
Oh yeah. Do you have to do barefoot?
I mean, that's how I do it. I do everything barefoot.
Yeah.
Everything.
More. Tell me more.
Everything. I do everything. Barefoot. Where were you for 9/11 when it happened? September 11th, 2001. Do you remember where you were?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Gosh damn it. Well, I don't know. I was like drawing a blank.
I shifted the subject. I had you deep in rope conversation.
You did, man. You had me thinking about climbing poles. Jesus. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Sorry, before you answer that, Kenneth, I don't climb ropes barefoot. Not only do I not climb ropes barefoot, I also pull up those bare. It's probably some of the only equipment I have. I pull up those they're not knee sleeves, but who makes those bare? You know what I'm talking about? I wear something over my shins. It's like a.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're the same people who make the hand things.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Bear complex or something.
Yeah. Do you wear shit on your shins when you rope climb?
Yes, you wear a knee sleeve.
Yeah.
And it's just on my left.
Oh,
the way I climb rope, that's the only. I only need a left foot.
I probably only need one too, but I put both.
Yeah. You're a flare type of guy though. You're like a 13 pieces of flare type of guy.
And when I'm done with those and I use them for deadlifts too. And when I'm done with them, I leave them inside out so that they can dry properly.
Nice.
Do you approve of that?
You use them to deadlift?
I knew I shouldn't have said that. I thought about not saying it. Damn it.
Oh God. Okay, that's cute.
Oh shit. Andrew says no. That would be. I said, were you a judge at the 2014 games? He says no. That would be a twist, though.
He was there. He was in the room. I could have swore he had a judge's shirt on.
Were you at the 2000?
Was he a volunteer? Ask him if he was a volunteer because he was in that fucking room. I want to pull up the clip now.
Is it in behind the scenes footage?
Yeah.
He says I was not.
He was not there.
Yeah. But I liked it. Oh, now he's calling me. Now he's calling me.
Oh, goody.
Hi, you're on the air. I'm doing a podcast.
Cool. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great.
Oh,
you know me.
is it
I'm
the one with
fucking
Josh?
amazing. I'm a special man.
I know you are. Is it the one with Josh?
Yes.
What's up? What's
Oh,
up, man?
how are you
Josh
doing,
is a huge fan of yours. He's seen all your work.
Big
No
time.
shit. I don't know if that's sarcasm or
That's
not.
sarcasm.
I feel like it's sarcasm.
It's sarcasm.
Oh,
he hasn't
shit.
said anything bad about you.
Oh,
I'm just joking. Hey, don't worry though, buddy.
right.
He drives a Tesla and doesn't even have a rope at his house. I
True,
mean,
I am
he's not the
worthless.
Josh we used to know. We're gonna need 5 more podcasts with Josh before we figure out who the new Josh
Hold
is.
on. Let's just ask the question though.
You're telling me Josh Bridges drives a Tesla?
I am.
I do, man.
And he tries to hide it in his
Okay.
Instagram, but
I don't ever
he's,
hide it.
He's only showing little bits of it, like he shows a wheel,
Hey, I
piece
am
of the
who
door.
I am, man. I am who I am, brother. I like that fucking Tesla's a rocket ship, and I love driving it. So whatever.
I can see you driving a Tesla truck. A Tesla truck is the truck for you.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll own one soon.
All right, what's the question?
The question is, were you at the 2014 games when we were sequestered? Is that, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I'm so dumb. But when we were all down there talking, you're in the background of the video. I saw it.
Absolutely not.
You were not in that room.
But that would be awesome. No, that wasn't me. I want to see this video though.
I want to see
Apparently
it.
someone looks just like me.
God damn, I want to see it too.
Hey, is it behind the scenes?
I don't remember if it was behind the scenes.
I bought into my affiliate in 2013. So I was like fresh into CrossFit right around then.
I was back in that room too. Josh, I don't remember anyone being in there besides like maybe you and the athletes, me and like a Stefan Roche or some shit.
There was like there's I know that's what I thought too, but there was like 2 people in the background, and I could have fucking sworn one was Andrew. I'm gonna look at it right now.
I'm really regretting not playing along with it.
I know, man. This is
Fucked that
this
up.
is upsetting me. I fucked it up then, because I was like I thought for sure it was. I'm gonna try to. I think it might have been the Froning film is where I saw it, because that has that part in there.
Oh, okay.
Let me go to it real quick.
I got a doppelganger in the CrossFit space though, but I don't know if that person was the judge either.
Oh, look at here. Were the ladies back there too? It's part 5. Damn, I did some good work back then.
You did, man. You crushed it.
Man, oh man.
So Sunday.
I might as well share this right now. Yeah, the Bear Complex, Jonathan. Those are the ones. I need to get new ones.
Do you guys have the video pulled up? I can't see anything.
I'm trying to find it right
No,
now.
but I am just pulling up some video just for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
Look at Froning's dad. Oh, Tony Blauer, Froning's mom, the wife, Hunsucker. Heber, look at Heber. That's before he had pubes.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Damn.
Hold
Can
on.
you fucking believe these fucking knuckleheads fired me? I was a savage. I am a savage. I should put this in. I'll put a link to this in the here. Everyone go watch.
Oh,
this.
there it is.
This
Okay, that is that not? Oh my god, it's not. This is who I thought it was.
Send me a link to it and I'll pull it up. Oh shit, you are there, Andrew. Oh no, you know who that is?
Shut the fuck
Wow,
up.
dude.
Who is
That
that?
does look like him. That guy.
Yeah, doesn't it?
I think he's on the L1 team. Yeah, that. Wow, holy shit. Hey, will you text me that?
You may
Take
like
a
screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot and text me that. Holy shit. Wow. And it because his eyes aren't open, you can't tell if it's like the distinct Andrew Hiller eyelid. 'Cause one of his eyelids only does half mass.
Damn, I was
It's always
wrong.
in mourning.
I was wrong. All right.
Scale of 1 to 10. How similar? Scale of 1 to 10.
It's an 8. He's a really handsome guy. He's like, if you're a 9, this guy's an 11. This guy looks like a stripper.
You could have said I was a 6 and he was an 8. That
No,
would've been okay,
you're
too.
no, I give you a 9. You're pretty special, dude.
Hey, You're a good dude.
Holy crap, dude! It's a prepubescent Hiller. Yeah.
How did this come up? How did this
That's
come
crazy. I couldn't believe it. That I was like, well, we were talking about. I saw one of your videos where you were saying like the judge should have the end all be all, and that's why I was like, okay, this guy is. I didn't like that comment, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna.
Did you really say that, Hiller?
On the field, I've made so many videos now. I need to know what that was in relation to because there's always context.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
That's the guy right there that you said looked like Andrew Hiller. And on I remember who on an iPhone, that's really looks like him.
Yeah, I thought it was for sure. And so then I was like, somehow
is that Tittle? David Tittle? Is that guy's name? David Tittle.
Oh, that is Tittle.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Well, Josh, can I come back at you on that one and say who else would be the one making a call if not the judge? The head judge?
I'm not saying
or,
that,
so the only other person in the circle.
Right. No, so I don't think that a judge should have the end all be all final say, right? Because I don't think that they should have power. They should have a say, but in every sporting event, right? Umpire or MLB, NFL, right? They have replay, instant replay, review teams, right? And so, yeah, I think that there should be some, yes, but there should also be a way for the athlete, if they are meeting the standard, to be able to be proven right. And that's what I think CrossFit lacks. Is it always comes down.
How do you feel about a challenge, like a challenge flag or a challenge on the field sort of deal?
It'd be really hard because if you're going for time, that's the hardest part about CrossFit having something like that, because it is hard because CrossFit tells you, hey, you have to, like the whole Cara Sanders thing where, her judge told her to fucking go, but then it came back on Cara. Not like it, then they blamed it on Cara for not knowing her own reps. And it's like, well, if my fucking judge told me to leave, I'd leave. But then they switched it. It was like, then they switched it and they're like, no, it's Cara's fault. And I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, because you're telling your judge is a person who's telling you if you're meeting your standards, if you have the right reps done, and they're the one who tells you to go. So your judge fucks up, and then now they're putting it back on the athlete. So that's what pisses me off.
Hey, that's a great example too. Wow, I'm looking.
So at those games,
go ahead.
We're playing with the challenge idea, and we're going to put it into action most likely, and we're trying to poke holes in it. And what we're thinking right now, this is the first time it's ever been said anywhere. I was going to make a video on it, but I think you're a good person to poke holes in it.
Yeah.
The thought process is they're going to have either one or two challenges that they can use either on their own performance within a particular event, or on another individual's performance within said same event. It has to happen before the athlete leaves the field, and it has to be reviewed upon footage shot at that event. And it can work either way.
Okay.
Go ahead. The people who would be reviewing it are going to be people likely on the back end. So it's just like if you were playing in the NFL and it goes over to New York and they say whether the play was inbounds or it was a fumble, there would be somebody reviewing the footage of the athlete that will be taken within the event, giving you a ruling. It'll be one of three people. So it can't be skewed. So two people say it's good, then it's good. And two people say it's bad, of the three, then it's bad.
I love this idea. I think it's a cool idea. Where I'm starting to where my mind's
feel like it's an opportunity.
Where my mind was going then is kind of thinking, okay, at what point in the movement, when you're being told you're doing a no rep, can you throw the challenge flag? How does it happen? Does that cause you to lose time? If it is a timed workout for time, right? You're trying to finish something for time. And so then when's the final say, right? Like, so is your judge the one that's going to be like, so if a judge is telling you you're doing your reps incorrectly, or you need to do more, do you get to say, no, this is how many I've done. I believe I'm doing the movement standard correctly, and I'm going to finish when I think I'm done, and then go on and go to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm having a hard time watching it happen in real time and not the athlete not losing time right there.
I should say that it would be sitting under the umbrella of hoping that the idea raises all ships. So if you know that there's someone who could potentially use a challenge on you, or then you would move better because of it. So I think very closely to the thrusters seen at the Madrid competition this past weekend. And perhaps that athlete extends their elbows because they don't want to be challenged, although they're getting their reps by the judge. And I guess what you just pointed out, which I hadn't thought of yet, is that athletes might just disregard what the judge is saying. But then again, it could also come back on them from another competitor.
Like that's always been my thing. Is if
in the early thoughts.
Yeah, I think I like where it's going. For sure. I think that's a great topic to bring in for discussion. That's my hardest part, though, is then who becomes the final say? Am I as the athlete, which CrossFit states is, but it always comes. It's always been my argument with CrossFit is there's always a way to take away time or take away effort from the athlete, but there's never a way to give it back to them if they were no rep for the wrong reason.
And that's the car example you just brought up, right? Like, give her time back.
Wow. Yeah, like that wasn't her fault. Her judge told her to move forward. She was listening to her judge, but then they're like, well, so the judge messed up, but then Carl was the one penalized.
We could also say like Camille squat snatch ladder in 2014, I think it was. She was getting no reps. Maybe it was 15, the speed snatch ladder.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be an opportunity for her to challenge it and say, hey, could you look at the footage which is clearly on the website, and you can make a judgment call.
Hey, was she squatting below parallel at that point?
Her first rep didn't look like it, but her second one did.
Yeah, and that's the thing too.
And she was calling for no on both of them.
Do you know that story? Have we ever? Sorry to interrupt real quick, but do you know that story, Hiller, about what happened after that?
Yeah, you tried to put a camera in her face, and she didn't like it.
No, not me. She talked to my camera. But then she went off, and she went off for like 4 minutes, saying the craziest, just batshit crazy shit. And it was underneath a John Wooden quote in Carson. I don't know if you remember this, Josh, but there was a John Wooden quote, and it basically said something like, your true character doesn't show at your highest moments, it shows at your lowest moments. And she's sitting underneath it, and I'm filming her, and she's saying the craziest shit. And then that night when I get back to my hotel room, she sends me an email CCing all the lawyers at CrossFit saying I better never show that footage. It was some trippy shit. Somewhere I have it. I need to pull it out and show it. Okay, sorry. So sorry. Go ahead. Okay, so the Camille thing, the judges.
8 years later, you can bring it up.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Send it my way. I'll make a video on it.
No, that's a good idea.
Fuck it. I love it. Let's create controversy.
So sorry, I hijacked the judge.
No, so yeah, like that's always been my issue with CrossFit, right? Like there was times where I got no rep and instances where I was like, I had a judge sitting on in the 17 games, it was the chipper with the pistol workout. And I had a judge sitting there on my left side, and he was no repping me on my right leg. And I'm like, and I remember always asking Boz, like, why can't the fucking judges move? They weren't like, there was times where they're not allowed to, they had to stay in a certain position. And when you're judging a pistol, and I mean, I went straight over to Boz right after the fucking event because I was fuming during that event. And I'm like, and he literally just looked at me. He's like, nope, they were all no reps. And then you go back and watching like the commentators, even I think it was Chase Ingram was like, Josh is getting no rep for nothing right now. Like he's doing the rep correctly, and the judge is just on the wrong side of his body.
Who said that to him?
And then you would have used the challenge.
Yeah, maybe. But then it's like, okay, so with the challenge, how does that work? How do you get your time back? Or do they say, okay, well, you were no rep 7 times or 10 times or whatever. We're taking what's happening right now.
I was just looking for footage from 2017.
We're likely going to come up with something. Per event and per movement, we'll come up with something beforehand, so it's not abstract, and so everyone kind of knows the deal.
So then they would be like, okay, every no rep you got, we're going to give you 2 seconds back, kind of thing.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And that's
let's say it goes the other way, and someone challenges it on you,
and even that's hard, right? Too, because say that those no reps so you're doing extra reps, maybe those were even just taking more time because you're more tired at that moment. So giving only certain time back, it's still like, it's hard. It's really hard. And I'm not saying it's an easy call. And I am the one who's just like, I'm bitching about, hey, there's no room for the athlete to get his to get their say in or to get their movements back, to get their no reps back. But I'm also not giving a fucking solution too. So I see that side of it as well. But I do like the thought process of the challenge. At least it's a moving in the right direction.
Will you ever grow your hair?
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's an undertaking. We're working on it.
Will you ever grow your hair like that again, where it's just a full like Monster, the drummer from the Muppets?
No, I hated
like that.
I hated it. No, definitely not.
That was crazy.
Why'd you hate it? What's wrong with it?
My long hair. It would get my face. I didn't like it at all. It would get my face during movements.
What made you do it in the first place?
It was just I got out of the military, and I feel like a lot of people when they get out of the military, they just grow their hair out because you couldn't grow your hair out.
Instead of pay the man, it's fuck you to the man.
That's right.
I mean, look at this fucking look at this shot right here. This is just nuts. Look at your hair right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. You live in a fucking cave and you got like
that was a mop right there, man.
You have fire in a cave. Wow.
All right, homies. Josh, it was good talking to you. I'm going to give you your show back.
I appreciate it.
How kind of you to give it back to us. How about we just hang up on your ass? How about you did there? Take that. Give my show back to me. I'm sensitive to that verbiage.
I could see that. Yeah.
Sensitive to that.
I didn't know Tittle was Carr's judge.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy Eat World. Holy shit, that's crazy. And he's never seen again. Hey, I think that what was the event? This is like shit that you're never supposed to talk about when you work there, and now it's like not a big deal at all. There was an event. It wasn't Joe DeGain. It was another guy. I want to say he was a SEAL also. Joe, who was on the seminar staff of Joe, who is a SEAL. Awesome dude.
Oh, I know you're talking about Joe. Fuck, what is his last name?
Was he a SEAL?
Yeah.
A great guy, but he was the judge for a open event.
Oh, that's right. Was it Dan?
It was Dan Bailey, yeah.
Yeah.
It was an open event that they did in
someone's garage.
Yes, like someone won the prize. We're bringing the open to your garage.
Yeah, and he had his hands up, and then like all of a sudden you see like 2 fingers go down for 1 rep or something like that. Yeah, and it was like the squat clean workout.
Who did he go against there?
It was against BKG, I believe.
And basically what I think I heard Dan Bailey versus BKG. Do you remember what year that was? 16.2?
15 or 16?
16.2?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I want to say that Dan had like a fucking meltdown. That Dan like
after it?
Yeah.
Well, because I think like Dave walks up to him after he's like sitting there in the cold garage. And
oh yeah. You remembering it good?
And he thinks he fucking won, and then like Dave's got to be like,
Dave's got gloves on and shit.
He's like, yeah, you the judge fucked you. They told you were done and you weren't done.
Oh, and Boz is the other judge. Look at that shit. Yeah. Oh, is this where you can see the fingers go down?
No, it's on a squat clean. It's like right at the end.
God, I felt so sorry for that dude.
It'd be towards the end. It'd be like I think it's in the 315 reps.
Man, you have a good memory, and you actually see his fingers.
I want to say, yeah, you watch his hand he like drops 2 for one lift or something.
Okay, so he's got 5 fingers up there. I wonder if I'm going to get in trouble for showing this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it definitely got like hammered. I remember how much this got.
I just mean just by YouTube saying I'm stealing.
Oh yeah. Video. Oh right.
3. Still 3.
Still 3. Let's see.
Man, it's cold there.
I know, right?
Here we go. Okay, so he does his 3rd one. 2. You got 2? Oh, now he's got 1. Yeah, a finger went down.
So he's got 1 now, right?
Oh no. Oh no.
He's still holding 1.
Then
I don't know. Yeah, it was something like that was weird. And Dan I guess people were like commenting in immediately. I was like,
God,
hey,
I wish I could see the comments. Let's see.
show when Dan, I remember seeing the video where like Dave fucking sits down next to him to tell him in the video.
Oh, it's in there?
Yeah, it's like in it. Yeah.
Look at some guy named Scott Landis. Listen, you think Dave and CrossFit people are ego based? No, they're all enlightened. They're actually their feet don't touch the ground. Like, how do you like when you type that out?
Right. Exactly. There's some comments where you're just like, it's just crazy, man.
No, they actually just cut a hole in a sheet and pull their head through and walk around. They're naked underneath. They're the most humble, fucking jackass.
That's funny. You remembered that.
Yeah, I try to have a Rolodex of negative shit to bring up and throw rocks at the.
I feel like you guys have something brewing, though, man. I'm seeing pictures of you, Dave, and Greg, and
always a stew on the stove. Always a stew on the stove.
Something brewing.
The only thing that's brewing is I'm really proud of the affiliate series I've done.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Well, you're busy. You're busy, buddy.
Not climbing ropes.
The series is basically every week I'm having an affiliate on.
Oh, cool.
And I'm just none of the affiliates you've ever heard of before. You know what I mean? It's not like it's all just, and then I interview them. How'd you get into CrossFit? Why are you an affiliate? What's your favorite part? You know what I mean? To hear stories, but basically to become a resource for all the other affiliates in the community, or people who want to be affiliates, or people who are thinking about unaffiliating, or people who need to be reminded why they are affiliated. Just kind of like HQ should be doing it.
Yeah.
I put it out there for 1.5 million, 3 years of back pay. I'll come back.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll come back and they can have all. They can.
Hey, me
I'll start
too.
making all of this for them. You never worked there. What do you mean? Oh, you'll just come back and compete in the games for 1.5 million?
1.5 million. Yeah, I'll come back. Let's make the live tour. Like we'll do CrossFit live tour and do, just pay him.
There's this Abu Dhabi Combat Club is going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's the best. It happens every 2 years. It's the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world go and compete in Las Vegas, right? And it's in different cities every 2 years. And there's a guy, Mo Hassim or something. Mo. This guy. Let's see if I can find his Instagram. Mo Hassim. What the fuck is that guy's name? Mo Hassim. His shit might even be private. I'll show you a picture of him. Anyway, this guy runs the event, and it's one of the fucking most unbelievable fucking cool events. It's this guy right here. I'm assuming he works. I'm assuming, and I think this event is like sponsored by some prince in Saudi Arabia or Dubai or some shit. Like some prince, businessman prince, some guy who's just killing it, right? And he's into jiu-jitsu, and they do it. And this is the most prestigious event. This is the CrossFit Games of jiu-jitsu. And Flow Grappling does the coverage, right? And I don't know what their budget's like, but you can tell it's really, they have limited resources.
Yeah.
But you can't find shit about the fuck, like they've done all these, you remember the Road to the Games?
Mm-hmm.
That stuff. They got some cool shit like that. Like Flo's got some really cool videos like that.
Yeah.
But like I would interview all these guys for them for free.
Yeah.
And put it on their site. Like a bunch of the guys have come on the show, and it's fucking awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't know why I was pivoting to that.
I don't know either. I was like in my head, I was wondering why you were.
Well, I guess it's just
unless it's just a free plug, trying to see if someone's going to listen to this podcast and
good point.
Know someone.
If you know someone who knows someone, let them fucking know. It's the same thing with the CrossFit Games. I can add so much value or direction or notoriety or interest. Even if you don't like me, I'm gonna interview people, and it's gonna add interest to the fucking games.
You're a great interviewer. I've always said that. I agree.
Affiliate yourself with me. You don't even have to fucking pay me.
Yeah. Free work.
Yeah.
Free work.
I'm the best. I'm rich and I'm free. I do make a lot of your mom jokes, though.
That's true.
What are you gonna do the rest of today?
The rest of today, I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna cut the grass. I got my son's flag football game at 3:00. Watch a little football.
Why are you cutting your own grass?
I like to cut my grass. I like to.
But where do you store the mower? That's the part that I like cutting grass too. I do not like the equipment, the accoutrement.
I have a lawn, just one single lawnmower. It's just in the garage. I just pull it out when I need. If I need that space, I'll pull it out.
But doesn't it get like I bought a sander yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to sand some shit, like a door that wasn't closing, so I sanded the top of it.
Okay, yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, what am I just gonna throw this Milwaukee sander away now? Like what? Now what?
Just store it somewhere, man.
It's dirty.
Who cares? What do
Right.
you don't like dirt?
I guess it's just sawdusty and
That sounds like that sounds really manly of you that you don't like sawdust.
you're Katie. That's not how you use the word badusi. You know what badusi is?
No.
It's an odor, but people like to use it like
Okay.
in my comments. People use it wrong all the time. They just want to say the word. Katie just wants to.
She just wanted to say badusi.
Yeah, badusi.
Badusi.
But it's an odor.
Got
There's
it.
nothing.
Now I
can't
got
fit-
it.
No one's lawnmower or sander smells like badusi. There's no. You can't squeeze in badusi in a conversation about mowing the lawn. It's not.
Yeah.
Unless it's metaphorically speaking mowing the lawn, unless that's a metaphor for something else.
Right. Yeah, I like mowing the lawn, man. It doesn't take that long. It takes like an hour. I grew up cutting my own. I had to cut the grass at home when I was a kid, and I like it. My kids are starting to get to the age though where they're going to cut it. So
Yeah, that's cool.
So I basically cut it into thirds. So like my oldest will cut a third of the yard. My little guy will cut a third of the yard, and I cut a third of the yard.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they gotta earn their keep.
I'll take my kids out to the garage and explain to them about how lame a lawn mowing is instead of having them.
I also make them pick weeds too, because I got a lot of weeds in my yard. And I actually worked at a farm when I was like 8 or 9, and we had to pick weeds in the farm, and like we were getting paid like 50 cents an hour. Like something unreal. I just remember hating it. So, but build some character. So I got the boys out there, and they're earning a little more than 50 cents an hour on it. So
it would be cool if they would have paid you per weed.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Yeah.
It definitely put some a little more motivation behind it.
Yeah, those people who like clip weed in Northern California, they get paid by like how much weed they clip. Like you pick it and then you have to trim all the leaves and shit off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing any shit like that? Gummies or CBD or?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I don't do
Yeah.
I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I fuck with CBD for like a week. It does nothing to me.
Oh,
I don't even do melatonin. I don't even.
Oh no, that's
a
CBD. I do. I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking when you said CBD. I was thinking of like just weed gummies and shit, like THC. But no, yeah, I do. I use CBD for some sleep.
What do you use?
I have VRB. Verb.
You like it?
Yeah.
They sponsor you?
Yeah.
Did they sponsor you before you took it?
Yes. No. They let me try it out. They sent me some to try it out to see if it, something I'd be willing to work with.
A veterans-owned lab, Solutions for Sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good dudes. Chase and Evan.
Oh shit, you're their fucking guy.
That's right, man.
Let me pull it up. I'm going to tell you something about your workout today.
Mm-hmm.
There will be no rope climbs or muscle ups in it.
That's right.
Bring muscle ups. Live optimally, solve for sleep, stress, pain, get your life back. Oh, that's a fabulous photo. Couldn't they show you a photo of you in bed with the fucking like blanket just pulled up under your chin?
We took that shot the other day. Actually, we took a video. They came and shot some videos, and we did a sleep thing.
I mean, look at you. You look.
That was from.
You look like you need a double dose.
That was from 2018, right when I won the snatch burpee workout.
I'm telling CrossFit that you're using their Hey, I'm gonna click on this activism tab. It could go horribly wrong here. Horribly wrong.
No, I think it's gonna go fantastic.
Okay, 10%. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's like what Mormons pay the church. Okay, so Adaptive Training Academy, that's like with like people who had their arms blown off. Three Rangers Foundation. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. These are all people they give support.
Yeah.
Operation Rebound, that's for like guys like Josh who had a hard time coming back and assimilating to the community. Are you going to come on again? I want to get off because I got shit to do, but there's a question I want. Okay, fine.
No, go ahead.
When you come back on next time, I want to ask you this. I want to talk to you about this in all seriousness.
Okay.
You had a whole life before you were a CrossFit Games athlete.
Yeah.
A whole fucking life, at least one life.
Mm-hmm.
Your fucked up childhood, whatever that is, that led to you fucking running away into the military.
Yeah.
That's part 2.
Yeah.
And then getting out, and then CrossFit.
Yeah.
But some of these motherfuckers, like all they've done is CrossFit, and you should try interviewing these fucking knuckleheads.
Really?
Holy fuck.
Which ones? Which ones are your favorite?
They're just my favorites. They're all my favorite. I want to be like, hey, dude, you need to fucking like just seriously, you need to just walk across the United States. Yeah. Spend 3 months just with a backpack, hitchhike and walk across the United States, and you will add, you're 21 years old, you will add so much depth and perspective to your life, the whole thing will fucking change. I'm only asking for 3 months. Just walk across the U.S.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it'd be a great idea. I think it'd be great for a lot of these athletes, for sure.
I'm going to start a website. It's endorsed by you. It's a walk across the United States website endorsed by Josh Bridges.
But they also don't need balance in their life, so.
Yeah.
You're trying to give them balance, man.
Perspective, context. Yeah. What do you like having flashbacks of the Canelo fight?
No, I'm trying to.
Boxing? Are you doing any boxing?
I wish.
Those
days are over, man.
I'm saving my few brain cells for my new wife.
That's right. I only got a few left. All right, brother. Let's do it again soon.
Great podcast. Josh is a class act.
There's my lady.
Mommy's only a class act because he's next to me. If he's out in the field by himself, he's just a regular pile of shit like the rest of us.
Rosemary, thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, guys. I will see all of you tomorrow.